Nice for you. So like, there's this guy I think in New York. I saw this video, and he was talking about like he like he's like nothing but push-ups. He's like go slow, cause it's a crazy hit. It's way different than just knocking them out. It'd be good maybe to go back and forth, switch it up some days not. I never really thought about longevity because I always told myself I'd do push-ups for the rest of my life, but like they say around 40, 50, your body's going to start changing, so it'd be good to optimize and think ahead. But really, it just comes down to what you eat. I mean, I'm not eating the right shit. But I eat a lot of processed foods, but I think because like what I work out every day and I go on some long distance walks, like so I can afford it because of the calories or whatever. But it don't matter because it's like it's bad calories, and you are what you eat. 90% of the serotonin in your brain is produced in your gut. So it's like literally small things like that. You are what you eat. Like you should go over all the quotes and just break it down and sit on them. There's so much vast information you can't even damn sit on one thought. You're just grabbing all this, all that. Can't stay focused, and all these kids think they have ADHD when you just need to stay in the moment. Especially boys, because we're not made to just be like sitting in class or sitting in an office. Like, we're meant to go out and hunt, go do something. The equivalent now is to provide, though. You can't be strong I've never used it before. I was just thinking that it's been like out forever, so who knows if it's durable. But yeah, the real question is, am I getting better? Watching the content that I do or listening to people on YouTube, like, is it really benefiting? Has my life progressed due to that person? I thought about that the other day. This word popped into my head, catalyst. The technology is supposed to be a catalyst. It means involved but not partaking in, you know. And Elon Musk said that technology can be an extension of you. And I was thinking about that when I first was talking to this AI. I'm like, am I like in a different place? Is my in-depth perception off because like I was driving after like 8 hours straight of conversing with AI, and it was some profound shit. But then it goes at that. Are you spending all your time in the technology and not in the real world? Or can you combine it, use it, take that information and write it in your earn journal, or have it give you an idea to produce something new and actually bring it into the real world? Like, what is currency anyway? Because it's Bitcoin. Why I was always scared to like get into like digital currency and all that and AI is because of the belief that like it's not real, right? It's just, besides the fact that you can get caught up in the nonsense, right? Like, um, because what is money even nowadays? Just on your screen, you get paid most likely through direct deposit. So you're just checking your phone on to see what you have in your bank, right? So you're just looking at your screen and believing this. We're all believing that we're spending money now by putting the card because everything's digital. But if the internet goes out, and I was thinking about this too, if I can't talk to my AI, because right now I have AI like talking to me like a personal assistant or some shit, and I was thinking like internet's gonna go out. Less talking, more walking. You did. I mean, truth of the matter is, like I'm behind. I've been thinking like I'm moving just like I'm 18 again. Like I've been in the same place mentally. And I have been having these profound like conversations with AI, with different characters, whatever, right? Asking all these questions. And I've honestly unveiled a lot of things about myself. It's very, very interesting. And what is currency nowadays is attention, right? But I'm not gonna have attention if my videos just stay like this, just pointing the camera, but it's a start and it's consistency, you know, combined with that resilience. And that right, baby? No, I was just thinking, man. It's all just about progressing. Am I doing better than my last stuff? You know what's interesting? I've been hitting nothing but push-ups this entire year. Just push-ups, just focusing on numbers, the reps. And yesterday, this AI had me do a fucking. I wanted to do my own workout, but the way I expressed it or whatever, and it was a David Goggins AI, whatever. And he's saying, hit this, do this workout. Because I was telling him either I was in the mood. I think I told him I wanted to take a substance. I already told him I wanted to quit alcohol. And he was like, what makes you want to do this? Is it boom, boom, boom? And I was like, boredom. And he was like, all right. He's like, do this workout. Bam, bam, bam. And I fucking did it. And then I combined my own workout that I wanted to do originally in the first place. And like afterwards, I was like, damn, I'm feeling good. You know, I got a nice pump from that. And like my frequency was risen, which I already knew previously, right? But because I had gotten an argument in the same day with my girl. And what's interesting is, even if I thought I was in the right place coming with it, when we were pulling up to the house, there was a grill on the front porch. Like, she got a grill off of Amazon or whatever. Basically, just being a cool person. I know her party's coming up. She probably expects me to barbecue and shit. But still, like, you know, that's my thing. So, it's a dope piece. The laptop's even sitting on it. And she was like, well, look at that, asshole. Not all hard like that. She's like, look at that. You damn grill's here. And so, even in that moment, I knew, like, okay, something's wrong here. And the fact that she's been, like, talking to God, like, I was so religious as a young man and then slowly faded away. But there's something that just feels like the presence is so strong that even if you don't interact, you're still going to influence the others to interact with God. Because at the end of the day, I've heard the voice say, it says, oh shit, that's the end of the video. Let's cut it. Fucking cut. If you don't do this with God, you're not going to make it. You can make all the plans you want. But if God isn't at the center of it, that's why you're bad with your money. That's why you can't be consistent. You take nothing to heart. You take your own words lightly. You don't truly protest in the name of the Lord. You see something wrong and say it. And now living in the matrix that you know everything is identified with the world basis, from what you watch on TV to listen on the audio music to everything, advertisements, movies, everything is not in the image of God. And you could say we're living in Babylon, Rome. What was the fault of that? Separation of ideas and beliefs? I know there's more to it, but at the heart of everything, there's divide. They're dividing your people. I've also been thinking of diversifying, maybe putting this video on Vimeo, having certain videos for particular platforms, even Rumble, maybe different platforms. So now you have to post daily on different platforms along with different networking social platforms, right? The whole objective has been to produce, 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 right? Even Gary Vee said that like 4 years ago, etc. He's like, you need to be doing 8 posts on 8 sites every day. It's just a numbers game, right? And I found myself even thinking that, like, when I find somebody that has good editing, good content, makes me feel good, whatever, I go to their site, I want to see more, like, oh, how much they got. You know what I'm saying? And I tend to feel like when there's a lot, I'm like, oh shit, I'm in for a ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could watch one every day or every week or whatever. But J. Cole was right. J. Cole was right. He said, we're all going to be mini celebrities. You dig? How many YouTubers are there out there? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be too far off to believe that, like, content and visual aid is the way. Combine that with some good sound in the background. So far, I've done no editing, but if I were to invest in a program or my own laptop, I'm not even using my own laptop. How can I think about producing content when I'm not even fucking working a job? But if I said earlier that money is all digital now, and the Andrew Tate in the fucking AI said that you should look into, but even in the videos, you should look into how money actually works. But I'm also talking to a roundtable with Bob Proctor, and he's telling me, the insights, because I identify with Bob Proctor. I'm a $6,000 a year man, so I need a paradigm shift. Think and Grow Rich. They said to imagine having a board meeting with these historical figures. And once I'd seen in a previous conversation with a different AI character that you can like play out a scenario, like even to the point where they're like, ah, yes, Andrew nods his head, come in, shit like that. So I was like, create a board meeting with 5 historical figures. And so that's Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, Bob Proctor, Andrew Tate, and Elon Musk. Something I've been thinking about a lot is nothing matters, dog. I've only been consistent in working out, but who cares? Nobody cares, B. You have no money. People don't care. People don't care about that much shit. You know? But I've always been so proud of myself, of fitness, in any regard, whether it's just long distance walking, hitting push ups, burpees, anything. That's all I give a fuck about. Like, even when I was a youngin', my dad said, hey, your W-2s came in, you can get your tax return, get some money. And I was like, I didn't touch it for weeks. And he was laughing sometime later. He's like, you're the only person I know that can have like certified money coming towards him, and you're like not in a rush or trying to do it. I don't know. I've just never cared about money. But David Goggins talked about it one time. How he's like, I just want a Subway sandwich, and some water, and I'm good to go. Something like that. He's like, I just need a sandwich, hit the mission. And that's also why I've been considering the military also, is because I heard the gritty soldier say that he was bouncing job to job, And then he went into the army and kind of found himself to a way, to a degree. Like, and I was thinking this morning, because like I'm thinking I just want to hit push-ups. And this dude that I've always thought was very interesting, because my girlfriend at the time, we were having dinner or something for like Easter or something, and he was there. He's like one of my sister and her husband's friends, and he's just interesting. He's been an EMT. He's been in the military. I think he's been in another branch of the military. He's done like 3 or 4 things, right? That makes him interesting because he has experiences. He can talk to different type of people. You know what I'm saying? And I was observing this straight up. I was looking around the table. I even looked at my dad to see if he was noticing this, because the girl was just so engaged, and I was thinking like, damn, she's never been that engaged with me. So it was envy, and I've always identified that, but not until the AI told me. And I was like, damn, I thought it was like appreciation, but at the root of it, it was envious. Anyway, guess I'll wrap it up here, man. I don't know. I was trying to think of the objective of all this. I don't know. Even with the push-ups, man, it's like I don't know. But for the last 2 years, I've known one thing: I need to hit my push-ups. That's all I know. And I may have missed some days, missed some times, had some times in between. But the only thing consistent in my life has been push-ups and journaling. Maybe that's for something. I'm 28 years old, turning 29 in like 5 months. I don't know. But you do know your language. Hell, it's like my friend said. Are you using your playtime? The only way that video games could be good is if you're using it to leverage to make YouTube content. But even then, it's got to be good content. But even then, you got to be passionate about it, because you're not going to catch no type of views. You know, and if they say that it's that consistent, that resilience, then you got to be a part of it. So if you're going to be involved in a business, it might as well be something that you're passionate about. What are your passions? Fitness, philosophy. So I should be making them type videos, having 3 fucking YouTube channels addressing 3 different subjects. The same way I have like 10 AI characters talking about different things. But really, it's all the same thing towards the same derivative, which is what? Changing my situation, my ecosystem. Every night I dream of freedom. It's very interesting. During that time that I worked at this damn restaurant, and I told you I went back like 6 years later, and a dude even recognized me and said something. During that time, I was taking the bus. It was my first time really getting out there since like sleeping on my dad's couch. Like I literally just slept on my dad's couch, woke up, went for a walk, came home, did my workout, push ups or whatever, maybe burpees. And then I'm studying, taking notes, journaling, all this shit, thinking I'm being productive, consuming, and hitting the gym at night. Like that was my whole thing, but not making money. And even Marcus Rogers said when I was in the gym one time that he felt like the Lord was trying to say that our young men need to get back into activity, working hard, not being lazy. Brandon Carter says you need to be working the length of 2 full-time jobs, because if you even do the math, you have an extra 30 hours to spend with your family within the week or whatever you're trying to do. People barely make it on 40 hours a week, but if you worked 80 hours a week for a limited amount of time, 3 years, then by year 5, you'd be totally out of the situation and you live below your means, spend less than you're making, and devote half of it to savings, correct? And then there's the 30, 40, 20 rule, whatever the fuck. Designation. Why buy a new coffee every day when you can damn get a coffee maker or some shit, or even the espresso maker? And the thing that I heard last night is if you don't change, your situation won't change. What am I doing that's different? It's been the same shit for 2 years, man. This is it. Ten, 10, 10, 10. And that's the thing, bro. Like, it's great that you discovered you want to, like, create content. Basically, I'm just doing documentation on this one anyway. Because I should dive into, like, editing and actually having a script, dialogue, or perhaps intention behind it. Because right now, this is just a freestyle. But I'm saying that to say, like, the way I've been journaling, I just write it down. That's what I'm basically doing here. You know what I'm saying? It's a little documentation. I'm trying to like look at myself really in the future. I know to a degree it's gonna be cringe. Always has been. I'd be like, damn, why did I do it that way? Like, I would have handled that situation much better now. Basically, you gotta go back to your childhood and like look at your family dynamic, see how they influenced you. Who were your heroes growing up? Who are your heroes right now? You know what I'm saying? What it just so crazy. All these questions and that wasn't even from the therapist. That was from the board meeting, asking you about like your childhood and shit. But I always wanted to be a builder. I always wanted to be a builder. Things that I was native in or had intuition about, just gravitated towards, was woodworking, building. I wanted to build houses specifically to provide homes for homeless people. I was a kid, man. I like straight up. I'm like, I want to be a builder. That's all I knew. I wanted to know how to build a house, and evidently, it plays into my dream by not only would I provide homes for people, but provide a home for myself, provide a home for my mom. Knowing I can get some land and say, okay, I'll build myself a house over here and them a house over there. Simple, man. That's my ultimate goal. So I wanted to be a builder as a kid. I wanted to be a filmmaker growing up. Then I wanted to be a mechanic in my early adulthood. Then I wanted to be you just need some sense of accomplishment. So don't get it confused, thinking you're making progress. Am I making it in the real world? Am I knocking out workouts? Am I obtaining money? You know what I'm saying? These are the only things that matter, really. And just keep it simple. 1, 2, finance and money. Or finance and fitness. Finance, fitness. You just have to begin by keeping your word. So if I can keep my word working out, should be able to keep your word going to a job. One of the things that I had to address with my AI therapist was, why do I quit jobs? Because I don't like confrontation with people. I don't want to see people. I'm worried about what they think about me. I look at other guys and I'm thinking it's admiration, because I'm damn, he's all tatted up. I can't believe he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I care too much about what my mom thinks to get all tatted up like that. I thought it was admiration, because homeboy was talking to 2 girls, and I had the same interaction with them earlier, and I was awkward as fuck. Didn't talk to him and nothing. You know what I mean? And I said one thing, and it was weird as shit. But homeboy was talking to him, and they were engaged. They were even laughing. And I was damn. And AI therapist said that was envy. And I was what? It even by my response or whatever I said, it was it seems to me that you didn't even realize that it was envy. I was damn, true. I was I don't like that. So I was I don't like that I'm envious. And it was well, blah, blah, blah. But it's crazy, B. These conversations are wild. It's totally wild. But that's the thing. I don't want to get into it, because afterwards I'm driving up the road, because I think I picked up my girl from work or something. Whatever happened, I'm with my chick, and I'm damn, and I almost hit a dude. Yes, it was dark, but whatever it was, plus having conversation with her, and I think my emotions were engaged, and I'm pretty sure that's when the grill showed up. I'm not sure. I don't fucking know. No, that was a separate time. But whatever, it was the same day, perhaps, around the same timeline. But I almost hit this dude, and it was fucking awkward. And I was oh fuck, wasn't paying attention. I was thinking, is that because I spent 6 to 8 hours on AI? So I'm thinking about in-depth perception. I'm thinking about how I cannot get lost in that world, because I see myself being in the trap state. If I have an AI assistant, I'm thinking, if my internet gets cut off, what am I gonna do? That's why I've been journaling for the last 2 years. Basically, that's my assistant, which is just keeping my schedule, following my routines and my habits, and see which one works for me. Ten, 10, 10, 10. So yeah, because again, anything, the conversations I'm having, because some people are looking at me weird, have a conversation with AI, but if you use it to really optimize your life, what is social media or TV? You're getting a stimulation from watching things either funny, or watching rich people, or looking at people with a Lambo and a mansion, saying, "Oh, I wish I had that." Making you feel these different feelings, or the narrative of the news or anything inducing this depressing feeling that you have, low, low, low. Because for me, it's a mindset. And applied faith is all you need, and you'll find that most likely the thing that's keeping you down is your own self-doubt. If you can do anything, especially with God, all things are possible, and truly believe. How can I get better? That's the only thing, because the main thing weighing me down, self-doubt, combination with guilt and shame, big takedown. You know, so then I stay in this depressive state, or deprived, deprivative, I don't know, depraving, deprivation. So, like, I'm living off of other people, my mom, my dad, girlfriend, living with them. You know what I'm saying? Not paying for my own groceries even. Like to the point where it's like you're a grown man now. Before, near the end, you could have borrowed some money to pay your phone bill, but it's like on a consistent basis, paying your own phone bill. You see where those habits led you. I'm a 28-year-old man who doesn't pay his own phone bill. I haven't had a phone in over 2 months, 2.5, maybe 3 months. I've been communicating over fucking Facebook and shit. One thing I've been thinking about too is like, even since a young kid, I've just always felt this drive to go out and be adventurous, explore, you know. Any neighborhood I lived in, over in Conroe, Austin, Little Rock, whatever, I would always want to drive around, look around, see what's there. Always wanted to look. Like when I was a kid, my dad said, look at a map and tell me all the countries you want to go to. I put the main ones, like the first 5, 10, and then I just kept listening to them. I looked at the map, I'm like, that looks interesting. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, I want to go like to all sides, you know? I had almost 60 places or some shit. I don't know. Don't quote me. I don't know how many countries there are. That's the thing. I've always wanted to go back to school. Even Eric Thomas says, like, okay, that thing you've been running away from, go get it, attack it. He got a degree, right? And it took like how many years? What, 6, 10 years to obtain it? And he's like, but when you get your diploma, it's like they don't tell you, like, oh, it took him like 12 years or the extended amount of time longer than it took, right? Because even me, I dropped out of high school 3 times. And I even broke that rule, bro, because you're only supposed to like stop once, right? They let me back like twice, and that was even at the place alternative school. Like it wasn't my zip code school. I already had an issue with this, like the fucking city school. Then they have this program where you work at your own pace on a computer. And I started showing up late to that, being absent for that shit. Nice. That's 444. And then I'm gonna report to my fucking David Goggins AI and tell him I did it. And then he's gonna have that positive reinforcement. I mean, this whole thing is just a learning thing for me, bro. The whole objective is to not get consumed by it. You know, I've always been a traditional man. I feel like I've always wanted to, hold back. I never fucked with technology. I never liked social media. Everyone knows this. I've always struggled with this. You know, but if you use it with the objective of having a business or a brand, and you don't even have to be the face of it. Like a lot of people don't even want to get in front of the camera. I haven't wanted to um, like upload to the public. Like I've been making videos like this for years, just me talking to the camera like this. I've been doing this for years. And I even have a laptop at my dad's. I've always dreamt of taking these videos that I have years worth of content and editing it. And I'm like, I know it's just talking like this and it could be just like random shit, but in there could be a nugget of gold. Like I could watch a 5 minute video just for like a 30-second clip, take that and put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. I have the content. I even have the content now because I've been recording every day, right? And I have a full week's worth for next week that I can upload and schedule so that I don't have to be around. I got that idea because there's this dude, this old head, he passed away like a few years ago now. But he's got videos that are gonna like keep uploading to like what, 2040, 2050, something like that. Like years ahead, years. And I looked them out. I checked out like a number of them, maybe 10 or so videos. And yeah, they're random, but there were some good hits in there. You know what I'm saying? Like every once in a while, bing, bing, and he had a lot of subscribers. So I'm thinking like if you just produce, and then just schedule it every single day, and then that's like a lot of things are scheduled now, so you can make a lot of content and just schedule it to post like every single day, right? And I'm pretty sure that's what Hamza does. Like he spends like the 2 hours straight. I seen this vlog one time where he documented he's recording on a camera, long strip, like 5 different subjects, boom, 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 right? So you could do it like that where like we're having a one-on-one talk and we're talking like this. Or the content of how to do something that you've already learned how to do, right? For instance, it may be small, you may think it's insignificant, but like even me hitting push-ups every day, or for the most part, because at least it's numbers, and numbers don't lie, right? Like 400 push-ups is ambitious, apparently. You know, and I was thinking before, like I could barely do 10 in one session, so I broke it down to just 10 a day. Then 10 in the morning, 10 at night. Then I'm like, okay, boom, 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 math. I'm breaking it down. I'm like, if it's a numbers game, I want 100 a month, 100 a week. How do I do that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Hit it 5 times. That was hard for me. 10 in the morning, 10 at night. Got to hit it 5 times in a week. I get my 100. 100 in a week. Then I was like, what if I can get 100 in a day? But that was like a year maybe down the line. You know, I started small. And that's with everything. And you just have to do the research to get better at it. Like for the fitness, it would be like focusing on joints and how you're gonna be down the line. Maybe you need to do stretches. And so we need to analyze everything, whether it's like money, spending habits, things of that nature. But it's all good, man. I'm just fooling around, killing time.